How's it going, guys? And welcome to your morning cup. Now, we're going to be talking about something very different today, and what I mean by that is we're going to be talking about certain military aircraft that deserve to be spoken about, considering that this might be the final year, or the next 2 to 3 years might be the final year that it's ever going to be flown. Now, it's been in action for 40 years, and when I talk about something that's been in close quarters action for upwards of 40 years, you can best believe that it deserves to be spoken about. And what we're talking about today is, of course, the A-10 Warthog, or otherwise known as the Hog in general. It is one of the best close combat aircrafts to ever see the light of day, considering the fact that it's a fixed wing aircraft that beats any rotary wing aircraft in its competition. Now, this, of course, is specifically to the United States Air Force as well as to the United States Army, which was then, in a sense, established with, considering the fact that the Air Force would rather have the F-15s, the F-35s, but the Warthog was obviously something that the army cherished because of the close relationship that it managed to ascertain with the ground troops. Now, why are we talking about this today? Well, we're talking about this today because I came across an interview from a retired Marine Corps officer who was left behind enemy lines, whose entire crew was wiped out due to an operational error, and who only managed to survive because of a Warthog. And I believe that it is justified to talk about the Warthog, considering that it saved countless lives on numerous occasions. As a matter of fact, it is the only close quarters aircraft that, when the sound of which, when is heard by friendly forces, they are rejoiced, and it sparked terror in its enemies. What we understand today is the fact that the Warthog is by no means something to be taken lightly, and it is the only aircraft that can be called in to a proximity wherein any other aircraft would have been easily taken down due to anti-aircraft weaponry. You see, the sheer design aspects of the Warthog dictate the fact that the primary engines were above the main fuselage, were above the main body of the plane, if you will. But the fixed wing, flat wing design also made it establish the fact that it could operate under severe stress. And what I mean by that is that usually what you understand about aircraft is that they are specifically built. The left side is specifically built to certain specifications, and then the right side is built to certain detail-oriented specifications. But what we also understand is the fact that the A-10, however, you could interchange anything. So it was essentially something that you could put together and maintain on the front line. You didn't have to send it back all the way to base camp to make sure that everything is working on it, everything is functional, even after it was shot up horribly by enemy forces. And what I mean by that is the fact that there is a very old and very famous instance of a Warthog coming back from a mission wherein it had lost half a wing, it had lost most of its back, it had lost one engine completely. The half of the cockpit and the area behind the cockpit was completely shattered with gunfire, completely riddled with gunfire. There were bullet holes as far as the eye could see, and the hydraulics had failed. But the Warthog is built in such a way that it has a manual overdrive wherein it can use a sequence of pulleys and wires to make sure that the pilot can control the plane without hydraulics being in play. And the pilot, a female pilot at that, made sure that the plane not only made it out of enemy lines but made it home intact. And she had the ability to eject once she was in friendly air. But instead of ejecting, because she had so much confidence in her aircraft, that she landed that plane, and that plane within the next week was back on mission. This is remarkable when you consider the fact that an aircraft that is supposed to be so fragile when it comes to any aircraft is such a brute that it's known to take in gunfire, is known to take in anti-aircraft fire almost as if it's a tank, and yet it's called a tank killer considering the machine gun that is mounted in the front. Now, the engines that we're talking about on this aircraft are the GE TF-34 engines that put out about 9,000 pound-feet of thrust. Now, this by no means is significant for the average Joe to understand. All you need to understand is that it packs a punch, and when you want it to go, it gets up and it goes. The essence of this entire aircraft was to make sure that it quickly intercepts whatever it needs to intercept. It can turn around and come back in for another hail of gunfire, and it can keep doing that as long as is needed. It's known as a bunker buster, it's known as a buster of booby trap buildings, it's known as an armored vehicle buster as well as ambush buster. So much so that people got used to seeing this aircraft not even a few 100 feet above in the air, and that was just remarkable. For someone who's on the front lines and you've called in an airstrike and you look above you and you see a warthog, you would be rejoiced to see it in such close proximity, because you know that there's no doubt that that plane won't miss at this point. And it takes truly remarkable pilots to make sure that they can bring out the true potential of the Warthog. The infamous part of the Warthog is, of course, the GAU 81 Gatling gun. Now, the GAU 81 is the world's best Gatling gun that has ever been equipped to a plane, if you will. You see, we're talking about truly remarkable firepower, when we're talking about truly remarkable cost effectiveness, when we're talking about the best asset a military can have in terms of close support, this is the epitome of that aircraft. As a matter of fact, this is such an infamous aircraft that numerous games incorporated it, including Grand Theft Auto. So if you're used to playing GTA online, you can best believe that you can buy a Warthog in that game. That's how infamous this plane actually is. That's how epic people consider this plane's legacy to be. Also, it has 7 different mounting points underneath it. Thereby, it can carry air-to-air missiles, it can carry sensors, it can carry air-to-surface missiles, and it can carry bombs. It's got a bomb bay. You see, it can also fire something that is known as a white phosphorus missile to get accurate representation of where friendly troops might be. It's flown upwards of 8,000 missions, especially in the Iraqi war. It destroyed upwards of 900 Iraqi tanks. You see, why are we talking about the Warthog in such extensive nature today? It's because when a legend is put to rest, you can best believe that it's significant enough to be spoken about. Now, I know that the Morning Cup is usually about what's developing in the world, what's new in the world, but sometimes it's always nice to give a nod where the nod is deserved. And an equipment of this caliber that has helped and assisted numerous activities by the United States military, that has been involved with the United Nations as well, that has made sure that it has saved countless lives, the least we could do is talk about it. This has been your Morning Cup. See you tomorrow.